have known space, justice is a long way away.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Space Game Junkie Podcast. I, as always, am your co-host, Brian. Our usual co-host, Spaz, is feeling under the weather today, so he is unable to join us, sadly. It's just so much going on right now, apparently. But joining us is your co-host, Julie.
Hello from the great, frozen, wide-awake north.
Oh, is it snowy up there and crap already?
It snowed once, melted, but now the cold is back. Mother Earth remembered it's winter.
Enjoy the cold while you last, while the Earth heats up. Also joining us is your co-host, Thorsten.
Hello.
Is it cold there too?
I'm frozen. Yeah, it's cold here too.
I'm sorry.
At least no snow.
Also joining us is your co-host, Jacob.
Don't ask me how the weather is up there, please.
And your co-host, David.
Not quite as frozen, but I am a little bit annoyed that outside the ice doesn't really know if we want to be slippery as heck or frosty as heck. It's confusing.
If you guys want to laugh, us Angelinos are very wimpy when it comes to weather. So if it goes below 58 degrees Fahrenheit, we're like, oh my God, throw in a jacket. So it's like 20 degrees here, 20 degrees Celsius.
The main problem I have right now
is
that it's not snowing, despite it being cold as all heck. And as a consequence, it's horribly dark and gray outside, and it's just bloody miserable.
Oh, so you think snow would spruce it up a bit and make it a little more jolly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because that legitimately is just how it works for me. Because you look outside and you see some actual light, and not just the dullest, grayest death and continuous decay outside.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it doesn't. Thankfully, it doesn't get like this here. But I know.
Has it ever snowed there?
I'm sure it has. Of course it has. Right? Of course. Of course it has.
I got a friend in Texas that said it snowed and nobody knew what to do with the snow.
Oh, well, in the southeast of America, if it snows like an inch or around that, people have no idea what to do because it like rarely snows there. So when it snows in like what we call the South, they have no idea what to do. Like absolutely none. I'm from Philadelphia, so we know what snow is. So folks, just a quick apology. We've been off for a couple of weeks. The first week was Thanksgiving holiday. We're always off for that one. But then I had eye surgery last week. So that's why we were off last week. So apologize for that. We have this show, we have a next show, and then we're off for Christmas and New Year's. So we're going to have another couple of week break coming up. Apologies for that, but it's the holiday season, end of year, it's kind of what happens. Sorry about that.
Ryan has to get used to his new laser eyes.
My new Geordie eye. Yeah. No. So yeah, we have this show and then next week, and then we're off for a couple more weeks. I apologize for that, but I mean, it's the time of year where that happens. I mean, everyone's busy. I know I'm going to be very busy. So just getting that out of the way, we haven't had a check-in in a while. We figured it'd be easy to come back and do one of these. Plus, we haven't talked in a while, and quite a bit has happened in the world since last we spoke, at least here in America, but also all around the world. And it's put at least me in a good or bad mood. I'll start with what I've been playing. Since I thought I was going to be playing Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, but it has floundered. It is a mess of a thing that I have uninstalled, and I'm going to wait like 6 months for them to fix their damn career mode, which is the whole reason I bought it. So the other day I'm staring at Steam like I have no idea what to play. I have no idea. I couldn't figure it out. So I'm just scrolling through my list of installed games, and I'm like, 3030 Death War. I haven't played that in a while. And I just wanted something to goof around in. I just wanted something to fly around in, goof around in, not take too seriously. And I'll tell you what, it's just been the thing I've needed lately. I mean, I've finished the main story a long time ago, so now I'm just doing some missions, some trading, some derelicts. But But I finally bought the big ship I wanted, which is a really nice ship and very expensive, like the third or fourth most expensive ship in the game. But I've been basically just doing missions and derelicts and mining and chasing down pirates and just having a really good time. Like, it's amazing just how tight and fun this game is. I mean, the soundtrack helps. I mean, I don't know if y'all remember, but we gave 3030 Death War game of the decade for the 2010s and soundtrack as well of the decade because it's an amazing game. And when I finally settled on playing that for a while, I've been playing it for the last week or two now, and it's been just really light and enjoyable. Like, you load it up, you do a mission or two, and you feel like you accomplished something. And flying around, discovering nebulas and the derelicts and everything. It's just, there's just so much in that game, and it's just a delight to spend time in that universe. That, yeah, I after the disappointment of Flight Simulator 2024, it's been kind of a bomb, especially with what's going on in the world. It's been kind of a bomb. So BALM, by the way, if my accent doesn't.
I was extremely confused.
Balm, BALM. I realized after I said, like, wait a minute.
It's an explosive.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
exactly. No,
I guess like you can call something a bomb if you like it, but that's a bit unusual.
But maybe the game is the bomb.
oh, nice.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. That's a good one. No wonder you're the writer.
Damn it! Should have thought of that.
Well done, Julie.
Jacob, you can blame it on being tired. It's fine. You can blame it on you can blame it on fatigue. It's anyhow, if you were at 100%, you would have come up with it, but you know, it's fine. But yeah, besides the surgery, you know the weirdest thing about cataract surgery they tell you not to do? You can't bend over for a week, which is really difficult. Like, you can if you can bend over, you can physically bend over, but you're not supposed to because you don't want all that blood going to your head and fucking with the implant. So you don't.
Right, you're a cyborg now.
Yeah, you don't realize how often you bend over in a given day until you're told not to do it. I have been squatting so much over the last week just to pick up a cat, their food bowls, just about anything. And my wife has been like, don't bend over. She's been very good on. So that's been the weirdest thing about the recovery is not bending over for a week. But tomorrow I can bend over finally. It's been a week. So tomorrow I can finally start bending over. But yeah, you don't realize how much you bend over until you try and like empty a dishwasher or do the laundry. It's like, oh wow, this became much more complicated. But yeah, so that's been the weirdest thing. Not being able to rub your eye, that makes sense, but not being able to bend over, what? Very strange. So yeah, I mean, besides the eye surgery, the cats are still separated, but they're on Prozac now. They've been on Prozac for about a week. And so we're hoping to slowly keep introducing them little by little. So eventually they won't be separated anymore. That's been our big drama, is the cat separation. Very frustrating. Yeah, so that's really what's been going on with me. A lot of 3030 Death War and cat stuff and eye stuff. Yeah. So Julie, what about you? What are you playing and how are you doing?
Well, first off, let me start by saying it has been so busy at work that when I arrive in the morning, I see myself leaving from the night before. Mostly because we have had a hiring freeze from the outside. Anyway, we can promote from within, and for various reasons, which politically I won't go into, a lot of people who can retire have been. And I can, but nobody's going to make me go anywhere when I don't want to. But as a result, we are really shorthanded, but the work must go on. So there's that. Now, I will Oh heck! I will say in advance that whenever I tell you someone I'm playing, I always feel like that cartoon with Charlie Brown and Linus lying down, where Linus says, "I see the Sistine ceiling in Sistine Chapel." They're looking at clouds. They get around to Charlie Brown and says, "I was going to say I see a horsey and a pig, but I changed my mind." So I'm always a little iffy about admitting to some of the casual games. However, I have been playing Minecraft in my odd hours where I do have a few moments, because you can pick it up and diddle around with it for a little bit. I have, however, and I realize I'm the only person in the world who probably does this, I've been playing Star Trek Online, mostly because when they give away free ships, and they've been giving away a lot of them lately, the Grand Nagus ship, they gave away a temporal ship, and now for the winter event, they're giving away a ship from Star Trek Picard, the show that always pissed me off at how he was treated, because no admiral would ever really get treated like that, even retired. And so there's that. The good news is it's finally my turn at bat. To the editor, I was warned how much work it'll be at a time, and we didn't even get past the prologue before she says rewrite it. He said, "What? Not enough trauma in it. What?" And I said, "Okay."
Oh my God.
Well, so the task is, how do you write trauma and be funny? And fortunately, she's also a fan of Douglas Adams, who's one of my heroes, and that's very much the style of the writing. And so we talked for a while back and forth, and she said, "Oh, that's a great idea." So
have you read sorry to interrupt, have you read Pratchett?
No, go ahead.
Have you read Terry Pratchett, the Discworld
I have not.
Okay.
I have been told about it, but I have not.
He would be another that would be another good one to check out. He covers trauma quite a bit, but his writing is so funny and prescient.
At the last book I finished was by one person who Blue Genie Media is who's publishing it, and one person who owns the company said, "Hey, you want to read this book?" And when your publisher says, "You want to read this book?" the answer is like, if anybody ever says, "Does this dress make me look fat?" the answer is always no. If your publisher says, "Do you want to read this book?" the answer is always yes. And but I did enjoy it. It's called The Buchanan Bastard. It's a murder mystery set in the 1970s in the South, the 70s, the worst period of my life, unfortunately. And the other person who owns the publishing company who wrote a book and said, "Hey, you want to read this?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I'm really interested in this." He had to tell me what a cryptid was. And I said, "Oh, that's what a cryptid is. Yeah, I'm interested." So I've been reading that. And when I'm done with that, I'll look into Terry Pratchett. But, it's like, when you work a 10.5-hour day, and then your editor said, make sure you check your messages once a day. And so I have to write a new scene for the prologue and fit some of the trauma of his main character's past life into a humorous setting. And I think I have it all worked out. So that's, I always am afraid to admit when here's the problem is my computer, although it's a really nice one, Fran surprised me, was it a few years back. It's in my bedroom, and my bedroom, unless you get late in the day, gets kind of dark, and I feel isolated. So plus I have this parrot behind me who is deadly when she's aiming seed and nuts. And it comes, you can almost hear her in the background. And she now views the computer as her computer. And if I turn her cartoons off, she's throwing things at me now. Because I turned off Sonic X, and she was watching Sonic X. And also, I bought the latest Zelda game, and I bought the latest Sonic game at Black Friday because they're both on Switch, and I now have more games on Switch than I do on my PC. I was going to buy one of the one of the it's kind of an orbital building game on Switch, but fortunately, my favorite reviewer in the entire world, who's present here, had done a review on it, and apparently it resembles the south end of a mule walking north, and so you save me some money. Thank you. And that's in a nutshell what I've been up to, aside from slaving away in a job that I really love, but I get paid well, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Especially when you have to deal with real estate attorneys. That's why I know so many attorney jokes.
I got to be honest. One of the reasons I like my job so much, maybe the second best job I've ever had, is because I don't have to deal with clients. I don't have to deal with other people. It's wonderful.
Well, I told my boss this last week. I said, boss, the next time individual XYZ calls you up, make sure they know that there is an inverse relationship to the phrase, what's the status, to when it's actually ready. And next time she says, what's the status, just say, a lot longer now.
Clients. Freaking clients. They're the best and the worst. Okay,
it's a great job, and I like it.
No, that's good. That's important. Thorsten, what are you playing, and how are you doing?
Okay, first, I can relate very much with you about customers and clients and all that stuff.
Ooh.
I would never do a job again with any sort of customer again. Never, ever again.
No, never again. I can never work in an office again. Sorry to interrupt. I can never work in an office again, and I can never work with clients again. Just never. I just can't. I'm done with both of those things.
No, it's seriously no. I can't. I simply can't.
Yeah.
Okay, what happened? The last couple of weeks were a bit interesting. Let's put it that way. Like in interesting times. The best thing that happened was that my laptop died on an early Saturday evening. The best timing that's possible in that regard. Because that's my main playing time, Saturday evening and the Sundays. Well, okay, I've got a new one, and that brought me on a buying spree, to put it mildly.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a lot of new games. Mostly because they were on sale, of course. I ended up mostly playing Wild Bastards.
Ah, yes.
I love this game. Yeah. Did you expect something different? No. I put in the meantime some 260 or so hours into the game, and well, it was published in September. You can guess now. Okay. From the stuff I got new, okay, I start backwards. Flight of Nova. Which
damn.
got which got a few updates in the meantime, and that one is going to be good if they continue this route.
It's going to be great. I'm going to be terrible at it, but it's going to be great.
I can tell you, I'm terrible at it too.
I'm so bad at it.
It's so complicated.
It's so complicated
sometimes. Yeah. But I love it. It's good. It's really good.
Well, the great thing about it is, even though it's complicated, it's not to like an unfair degree. Like, no, I have to learn this. This is not the game being mean to me. No, I need to learn this.
True. Absolutely true. The game isn't unfair. Everything that can go wrong is only on the player. Period.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Then I got a bit into Frontiers Reach, and that's one that I like too.
How are you
especially the
how are you with the controls in that one? Because I am terrible with the controls with that one. Are you okay with the controls?
you played it. You're likely to have played it with controllers, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mostly play with the keyboard because
Oh.
that's another thing that died. My hotel system died too in the meantime.
Oh, fudge. Yeah, but dude,
Yeah, and I got to get a new one. So the next thing I've got was a game that is called Soot, SOOT.
what is that?
Honestly, I'm not sure what's going on in that game. I hope I can get into it during the holidays. Then I've played a lot the Invincible. Tried out, of course, if Approaching Infinity still works, and it does. I'm glad about that.
Of course.
Then I'm tried a demo of a game that looks pretty nice. That is called Astromatica. That is this game with those Subnautica assets, if you remember it. But the game isn't bad. I've got to say, it's not as bad as it looks like from the outside.
Cool.
Then I got the Outer Worlds finally. That was on my wish list for ages.
The Outer Worlds.
The Outer Worlds, yeah. That's the game from the guys that made Fallout 76.
Yeah, Obsidian. Yes, Obsidian.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
I didn't get into that one, to be honest. That's another one I will give a try during the holidays.
I petered out on that one. I'm going to be honest with you. I petered out on that one. I played it for a while. I'm just like, okay. And then I just fell off it.
Then yeah.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Then I've got a game that I had on my wish list for ages too, and that is Occupy Mars. That's an interesting one. It's basically a building game, the usual survival game on Mars in this regard. And actually, I have some fun with it.
That's good.
I like it. I did try Spaceborne 2, which got a new beginning for the single player campaign. Not bad, I've got to say. And then I've played a bit more the demo of the game Untethered. That's a game that isn't released yet. It's a bit in the same direction as the previously mentioned Astromatica, and but on a more realistic basis. And that was basically the most things I've played. Yeah, and then I got another game from Sockpop. If somebody knows this little company.
What is it?
They are doing micro games.
What's a micro game?
That are small games that are sold very cheap. They are generally not long to play, only a couple of few hours.
Is that
it's a nice concept.
Is it a physical game? I'm sorry to interrupt. Is it like a physical game, like a card game or a board game?
No, it's a video game.
Oh, okay.
They are on Steam.
What's it called again?
The game is called Wild 9.
Wild 9.
Wild-9, and the company is called Sockpop.
I don't know if I've heard of that one.
I think Spass have
SOKPOP.
talked about them before.
Oh.
Am I correct about that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes, could be if I remember it correctly.
Oh, I see it here on itch. At
Yeah,
least.
they made Stacklands. So Spass has showed that one for me before.
Ah, yeah, right.
Crash on a donut-shaped asteroid. I'm seeing it on itch. Oh, yeah, there it is on Steam. I couldn't find it on Steam. I didn't have the dash. That's why I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
This looks fun.
Yes,
Oh, sock pop.
yeah,
Yes, I've seen that.
it is fun. Yeah,
Adding that to
it
my
is
wish.
fun.
Adding that to my wish list. Oh yeah, they did that game Heliopedia I played ages ago, which is actually pretty good. I'm just looking at the list on Steam. Yeah, they've done a couple games I've played. All right, yeah, I didn't hear about this Wild 9 game, but I have added it to the wish. Oh, it's $1.49 now. Fail.
Wait, didn't you
Where was
stream
that?
Helipedia way back?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, Heliopedia was pretty good if I recall correctly. I'm gonna have to get this Wild 9 game. It's $1.50 right now. Start. Looks kind of like my jam. Wow, they have made a lot of games. They have a bundle on Steam where you can get all their games for $120 right now. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. A lot of games.
If I remember it correctly, they've got about 50, 60, 70 games. They're all micro games, and you can play them through in a couple of hours, as I said. But mostly they are good designed and very well designed and pretty fun, in my opinion.
Right. I forgot about this Heliopedia game, but I recall it being pretty good. Oh, it's only $3 right now. Their games are cheap too. My goodness, they just have a lot of them. Wow, good on them. All right. So, Jacob, are you awake? Thurston, were you done? I'm sorry, I thought you were done.
Not really.
I apologize. Please go. Please keep going.
Okay, I talked very much today.
That's fine. That's fine. No worries.
In my life, I would say it's currently pretty good.
Oh, good.
I'm out of my depression phase for several about two and a half months now, and I feel pretty good currently, and I'm currently cooking some things for the future. Let's see how it works out. It's too early to talk about it, but I will let you know. And that's
good.
from my side.
That's good. No, I'm glad to hear it. I'm really glad to hear it. It's a very easy time of the year to fall into depression during the holidays. So I'm glad to hear that the opposite is happening. Really good.
Yeah, me too. I mean, this year was pretty tough on me.
What a hell of a year! We're going to talk about that next week, friends. But what a year! What a year! I mean, not just with gaming. It's been a good year for gaming too. But what a wow! 2024 I think it needs its own history book. This one year. My God.
True.
All right. So now, are you done now, Thorsten? Or do you have?
No, I'm done.
Okay, good. I mean, not good, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So Jacob, if you're awake, why don't you tell us?
I'm mostly awake.
Good. Why don't you tell us what you're playing and how you're doing?
I got hopelessly addicted to Path of Exile 2. God damn it.
Oh, I've heard so many mixed things about it.
Here's the thing. New players love it. Myself included. People who played the hell out of Path of Exile 1 and are addicted to it and have relied on 7 years of system knowledge, don't like it. I'm sort of in the middle, but so far I'm enjoying it.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's exciting.
Look, they gave me they dropped me in a freaking, how do I say this? The game dropped me in a freaking grimdark RPG and then gave me a machine gun crossbow. Look, they know how to play to my strength. They know how to sell a game to me.
Okay, crap.
But Jacob,
I might
Jacob.
I might need to get this right now. Damn it.
Jacob, are there any boats in the game?
I haven't found any yet, sadly. Speaking of addiction number 2, sea power. Thank you for that segue. Thank you for that segue.
No problem.
I did not know that this comes up.
Oh.
What, boats?
Yep, both power.
Look, I am a huge fan of boats. Like Nebulous Fleet Command got its got its spacecraft carrier trailer as of like yesterday, and the patch is coming out next month, and I will really struggle to wade through all that. But yes, both space boats and sea boats have been great fun for me, and also getting hopelessly addicted to Path of Exile.
So I'm going to ask you then, as you know, I'm a huge ARPG fan. Would you recommend to me Path of Exile 2 right now?
Right now, it came out of early access a week ago. Sorry, less than that. So I'm inclined towards, if you haven't gotten bored of Inquisitor Martyr, which you haven't, if you haven't gotten bored of Grim Dawn, this will still inevitably end up closer to Path of Exile 1 in the sense of it's going to have a lot of numbers and a lot of maths and a lot of build crafting.
And a skill tree that's going to make my eyes glaze over, I'm sure.
Yeah, that skill tree is still humongous. It still has the same humongous skill tree that admittedly isn't that, like, I'm not going to say it's not that staggering, but it is manageable. Mostly because it starts you off small and then grows bigger, but I'm inclined towards wait for a bit.
Okay, I will take that advice then. I'm not.
That is my official recommendation to you, knowing you as a friend and a player of action RPGs. Wait a bit.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that because
also the game's going to be free to play on launch. So if you can wait on launch, you can save $30.
Oh, then yeah, okay. I didn't know they were doing that. I just saw it was $30, but is that like the buy-in for you really want to play?
That's the buy-in for the early access period. It does also give you $30 worth of the funky microtransaction currency that you get to spend on hats. So technically, it's kind of a wash.
I see.
But to put simply, yes, once the game comes out of early access, whenever that may be, maybe like a year from now, but whenever that may be, the game is going to be free to play. Until then, it is a $30 buy-in.
Sidetrack, since you brought up Inquisitor, I forgot. I have been playing that too because a new DLC class came out.
Oh, the one with the fucking
Hierophant
team.
Hierophant.
All right.
Yeah, you finally get your what's the word they use for it? Your team.
Retinue.
Retinue, thank you. Yeah, you finally get your retinue. Basically, it's a way to be like, hey, we have these other characters. Why don't we just use them as AI? Use them as NPCs for your character.
Yes, also known as I don't want to play co-op, go away.
Yeah, but I want 4 friends. Here we go. You could have a crusader, a battle sister, an assassin, and a psyker follow you around, and it is a real treat watching them leap around and take out enemies and slice and dice.
Pretty fun.
It is very fun. They've done a really good job. It's kind of interesting because I think they reused a lot of assets for this new DLC because they had the animations, they had the voice lines, and everything for these characters already. They basically I feel like what they did was they took the kind of the AI from the pet class and kind of tweaked it for this class. And it works. It works really well. So friends, if you haven't played Inquisitor in a while, they have a new class that's the hell's it called? A Hierophant? Whatever the hell that is. But it's great. It's really delightful. Really fun.
It's supposedly pronounced Hierophant, but
Hierophant? Okay. I'll take your word for it. Hierophant. It's not a pet class because you're not summoning anything. You just
yes, the game already has one of those, the tech priest.
Yeah, the tech guy. And that wasn't as fun for me. But this guy with his 4 friends, you got to level up to get all 4. But once you get all 4, it's like, oh, I'm just going to stand back and watch these guys do their work. I'm going to buff them a little bit. It's very fun. It's very fun.
The best part of being an Inquisitor, yelling at other people to do your job for you.
So true.
Again, perfectly accurate to the lore and setting. No notes. 10 out of 10.
What are those really good Inquisitor novels? Oh God, the
presumably the Eisenhorn series.
Yes,
because
Eisenhorn.
That's the only good. Because that's the only good series of Inquisitor novels.
Yeah, Eisenhorn. Right. I've read only like 1 or 2 of those, but they were great.
There's 3, so you know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there were only 3. Yeah, I think I've read 1 or 2, but they were fun. They were really fun, and I think you can really tell the Inquisitor folks love this stuff because they've done a great job with it. So just sidetrack. Sorry to. But you mentioned Inquisitor, and I forgot. I've been playing a good amount of Inquisitor as well. So I just wanted to shove that in there and remind you all it exists. It's still great. Anyway, so Sea Power, how is that coming along?
It's gotten updates. It's getting updates pretty much continuously, but unfortunately, democracy has made the devs' life slightly more difficult because they put up a poll as to what should be updated next, and pretty much like 40% of the player base picked the game's AI, which is the hardest thing to work on.
Oh,
so they're kind of stuck trying to. Yeah, they're stuck trying to make the artificial intelligence not completely idiotic. Because, unfortunately, this is a simulation game, which even humans struggle with. And programming an AI to understand the concept of providing, I don't know, carrier combat air patrol or keeping its radars on and off at the right time is it's hard to convey to people who have worked in the Navy how this stuff should be done, which is why you have an officer corps and not just one guy staring at the screen. So telling a computer AI how to do that do that well enough to at least compete with the guy staring at a screen. Difficult.
It looks great. I can't wait to play it.
Oh, it looks great. It plays wonderfully. It is immensely difficult, but it does have difficulty settings which psychopaths like me play on realistic, but you can slide it down to something a little less excessive.
That's good. That's what I would do. Give me the baby admiral difficulty, please.
And also, what it does have is Steam Workshop support.
Oh, nice.
And very good Steam Workshop support that both both has a mountain of extra missions that are player made because the game shipped with a mission editor, as well as some other mods including extra ships, redesigned weapon stuff, damage models, the usual modding nonsense.
Nice. That's good to hear. I mean, Microprose really needs a win, so I really hope it does well for them.
I mean, I've been enjoying the vast majority of what they've put out.
Yeah.
Though there have been some stinkers purely because they took so much stuff under the wing. Look, it's like the Irish Catholic thing. You have like 15 children, one of them is going to end up a drug addict. At least. And when you're Microprose and you're hoovering up every independent game dev designing some kind of like military simulator, you're gonna end up with some stinkers eventually.
Yeah, it's true. But I think for the most part they're doing pretty well. I have to admit.
I say so, yes.
Yeah. Their Discord is a weird place though. Discord is a very weird place. Anyway, I'm glad to hear Sea Power is good. I'm going to stream it at some point. I've got it in my queue. They were nice enough to send me a key. But that's so much stuff to stream. Oh my God. Is that everything?
For me, honestly, yes. Also, it's my birthday in 2 days.
Oh, happy early birthday. Oh my
Happy
God.
birthday.
Happy
Yes,
early
I am
birthday.
You're turning what?
I am turning
17, 18, finally?
25, actually.
Ooh,
which-
milestone. Ooh.
Oh my
Yes.
God, my car's older than you are.
Oh, wow.
Look, it's a weird age to have because in your company, I feel like the strapping young lad. But everywhere else, I feel like I'm positively ancient, which I think just says more about how much shit I've had to go through so far.
Oh, I can relate to that, Jacob. I can relate to that.
So, Jacob, have you gotten any of the IRL DLCs yet? Creaky knees, pain in the back.
Not yet. Not
Oh.
stuff I did. I mean, it's in 2 days, so I'll update you. So you know how it is.
If you're lucky, 25 is a little too early to have all that nonsense. If you're lucky,
Yeah, supposedly at 30 is when things start going downhill.
yeah, 30 is when you start feeling like, oh, my skin's getting dusty and my bones are feeling creaky. Yes.
Unless you count me losing hair, which I've been doing that since like I was 20. So I don't. That ship's already sailed.
Oh, really?
Has been very slowly leaving harbor.
Oh man!
I got the Picard genes.
Oh, man. No, I hear you. I had a friend in college who said he started losing his hair at 18. And
yeah, there are people like I'm Polish with some Italian genetics. I was destined to go bald by 30.
well,
It's just
if you can make it, so go ahead. Sorry.
My actual DNA has a kill switch inscribed into it specifically for my hair follicles.
Well, if you can make a Picard type look out of yourself, that'll work out. I mean, a lot of people like how he looks, and
I'll see how it works out. Too early to say for now.
Pulling off the bald look really can work for some people, so I hope it can work for you. I'll say about
But
that.
yes, besides that, that's all I have to report on out of things of moderate, things relevant.
Happy
Yul Brenner didn't look sexy till he shaved his head.
Yeah, I mean, some people just look better bald. Some people. Look at Cisco on DS9. Like, the show got good when he shaved his head. I mean,
what are bald captains in Star Trek? Not necessarily a lot, just more than the average.
Yeah, 2, I think. Wait. Yeah, 2, right?
Regardless, let's carry on.
Anyway. Yeah, 2. Anyway. David, what are you playing and how are you doing?
Well, let's just start out that things are moving forward, I suppose. Today I got a mail from I don't know what that company is going to be called in English, but let's just call it CSN. They are responsible for sending out like money for studies and stuff, and I applied for a course this spring here, and for some reason, since this is the same company, I need to resend all my papers to prove that, I've gone through the whole curriculum or whatever you can call it, the 3 year school or whatever, Swedish high school or whatever. So, bureaucracy.
Seriously.
Yeah, so, I got that mail today, and it was like, oh, you need to send it in today, or else we'll withdraw all money, or whatever. Like, what? But haven't you kept it from last year? All right, then here we go.
Oh dear.
So it was it's a weird situation, but it is what it is. Otherwise, that's not related to me, but tomorrow I had to go up a little bit early because I had to drive my Barris little Jorky to the vet for the second time. It's due to second surgery for pulling out some teeth because he has I think you call it rotten root canals for his teeth.
Yeah,
So he has
well,
gotten quite the infection.
That's very common for dogs and cats is to get teeth removed as they get older.
Yeah.
Very
So
common.
he will be put under tomorrow a little bit, and we'll pick it up later during the day. But the
Aw.
first surgery went pretty good for about 2.5 weeks ago, I suppose. So he's pretty happy nowadays, I'd say. But yeah, they're not done with him. So
Aw.
back to the vet tomorrow. So
What about your artwork?
yeah, I'm coming around to that right now, basically. And lately, when we were talking about gaming, I have actually not been playing a whole lot of games lately, which is kind of surprising. I mean, the Steam Autumn Sale came and went. I went through my wish list. I was like, do I want that game? No. Do I want that? No. Do I want that? No. But that's 50% off. No. So I'm sitting there like,
I'm right there with
I've
you,
been-
man. I'm right there with you. I'll stare at my wish list and be like, nah. I have a huge wish list. And I'm like, nah.
yeah.
That one's like
Just-
98% off. Okay, fine. Finally.
It's not a deal if you don't really want to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, and then in passing instead, I go to my own library. Look at this. Nah, maybe that. No, maybe that game. No, and then suddenly my Star Citizen friend contacts me like, "Do you wanna play some Star Citizen?" No, not now. Yes, please. I think I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm jumping in. Maybe another day, okay? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe in 2 days. So there's that too. No, not a lot of new updates for Star Citizen though. So, anyways, so I've been drawing instead for quite a bit, and it has been pretty nice. I gotta say, trying to focus on drawing a lot more. I've been trying to lately here in Photoshop. I have been realizing that, oh yeah, I can disable anti-aliasing on my freaking brush, so I get a more pixelated outline or whatever. And I suddenly feel like I'm 9 or so when I'm working in freaking MS Paint, zooming into 800% just to fill around with a canvas. That's probably just 128 pixels times 128. But by God, am I gonna cram as much details into it if I can? So yeah, it has been interesting to change up my workflow, I suppose. And also, when I've been drawing lately, I have always, ever since I was on that e-commerce job way back, I have always worked with, one layer. I use multiple layers normally. One layer for outlining, and then I have one layer, but underneath that I use as a color layer, and then in between these two main layers, I have a bunch of curve effects to get shading done or whatever. And then I can pull sliders back and forth, change a few numbers. So I have all the correct color code still in the canvas somewhere. So I can go back and get the correct colors in case I want to return to this. So what I did this time is just have one layer for this outline and then a pure normal layer with manual colors everywhere. So it has been very interesting going back to that style. So I actually had to use the eyedropper, picking up some colors from that part of the painting or whatever, and then like making my own palette that I set there on the side and try to work with that. It is a weird comparison comparing these two workflows, and I think it's a little bit faster than how I normally work. I mean, I prefer probably the old style. Man, I'm sitting here talking about drawing here quite a bit.
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
Fine. No, that's
I say give AI the finger and keep doing your really great artwork. I've seen it.
So, and I also saw there have been a few videos I've been seeing as well when it comes to drawing and stuff, even with this AI craze that's going on. I mean, it is perfect timing with screw that. But I saw a video here the other day that the dead internet theory. Oh no, yeah, because that's a thing. But he ends his video with that. Now, when you draw, it's fine. Don't draw for numbers. draw instead for the journey and treasure everything that you put into that thing. And when you see someone's artwork out there that has this human flaw that you can say to that person, oh, look at that, you made something wrong there. Nope. Then you should realize that that was actually a human being that made that. That is what you should think. We should not try to pull each other down or push each other down, trying to prove that we're better than vice versa or so. Because guess what? Tomorrow we'll be all replaced by AI. So I mean, why are we fighting each other? So yeah, I really like that the little part he had in this little video there. Like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. So yeah, I am trying to treasure every moment. I put the pencil on a paper, or well, here on my tablet. That's so old. My vacuum bamboo here. The cable is the plastic on the cable is drying up, so I can actually see the copper cable inside. So
Oh gosh.
it doesn't have a lot of life still in it, but it's still trucking on. Keep at it, little thing. Which is also kind of funny because then we can also talk about AI there. Vacuum for Wacom for a few years ago, I guess 1 or 2 years ago when the AI craze started, wanted to deliver a new model of their new stylus and tablet for drawing with a computer. And then they have the little artwork by the side there. That thing was AI generated. So my question then is, okay, you are building tablets that people are using to draw with. I guess you have a bunch of customers ready to draw anything and like get free promotion or whatever, just getting promoted on the box of your little box there. But no, you went with AI.
If the Sistine Chapel was done by AI, God would have 6 fingers.
Yeah, but AI is also getting better at fingers. There was actually I guess I can go back to them then. I tried to abort there before. There was an actual drawing that appeared on Twitter, of all things, that was AI generated. And a lot of people fell for it. I actually fell for it myself. You actually had to look really, really, really close to figure out, oh yeah, that's AI. It was a drawing. It was not an AI generated photograph or whatever. It was a fake drawing. And damn it, all those faults that were there, those looked like faults that a human could do. Like, oh, you missed that little line over there, or your finger's a little bit crooked over there. But everything else, damn it, it's getting good. It's scary. It's really scary, I gotta say. But yeah, as long as I'm not commenting on that too much and just keeping my head down and just focus on my own stuff, I will focus on my own stuff. And once again, it's just...
Well, I look at it like this. AI can maybe do a book in one weekend, but I started this creative process for me, and we talked about this a little bit before the show. If you have something creative in your life, that can really help you pull yourself out of depression, and it made a big difference for me. So, give AI the finger, and I keep working on my books.
Yeah, just keep at it, basically. Just try to ignore the buzz or whatever. And a lot of these companies will absolutely promote their AI in some way or the other. I mean,
well, now they're starting to pull back on that. Like Google recently said, if we may have a tangent here, tangents on this podcast, what? If Google recently said, oh yeah, AI is not going to go any further. Like, you're just going to be disappointed. Like, it's all the low hanging fruit has been taken. And then OpenAI said something about the AGI they think is going to happen at some point, and they're trying to stem off disappointment about that while charging a new $200 tier per month for a new version of ChatGPT. So I think it's already starting to fall apart. I think Google knows everyone hates the AI bullcrap they put at the top of their search results.
I want that gone, and I can't get the stinking thing off my phone.
You can't turn it off.
I want the lady in the phone back.
You can't turn it off. I looked. You cannot turn it off. It's really depressing. I wish you could. Oh god
Yeah.
damn it. Anyway.
So, anyway, back to topic, if I may. So that is pretty much what I've been doing with drawing and stuff. But I have been playing something, and that is also a little bit interesting to talk about because if someone has seen what I normally draw, I draw furry stuff. So that is actually what I draw. I don't have that kind of profile picture, so it may not show immediately. But yeah, I'm not a stranger to drawing that. I was looking through the Discovery queue earlier this autumn. That was also before the autumn sale, and saw something. I was like, "Oh no, what is this? What has the furry community done now? We first had freaking Lethal Company made by a furry, and now have another game. Okay, what is this?" But I took a further look into it, and was really curious. And damn it, it is good. So let me present to you what I've been playing lately. Atlas.
Atlas? What is
Atlas is a action RPG with short stack furries, as they're called. It is absolutely having some suggested designs for some characters in the game, but nothing explicit is showing. That is actually on the splash screen when you're starting up the game. I don't know why the price is showing it for $2.99. And it shouldn't be that expensive. This developer has done one or two projects before on itch. So they were about to release their first paid product, which is Atlas, where they wanted to make a action RPG with low poly aesthetics from the 90s, multiplayer, co-op. There's some PvP in it as well. There's loot mechanics. There's different build varieties you can have, 3 different classes.
Wow.
It is kind of insane for a solo project. And within a week, the game had 5,000 positive reviews on Steam. I mean, of course, some of these reviews are the normal stuff that we have seen from the furry community. So I'm sorry, and please do not visit the community hub. Do not visit the screenshot hub or artwork hub. You have my warning.
Is it all pornography? Like all of it? Like, you know, should I
Maybe you
check?
may need a hazmat suit before going in there.
Oh no. Oh shit.
But when we're talking about the gameplay, there's it is an action RPG, not kind of like Diablo. It's more like a light version of Dark Souls. So you have some dodge rolls, you have blocking and parrying, so you can actually stun enemies if you block at a perfect time. But for all the good things I can say about this game, I can only say one thing. I want more. Right now, there's about 10 hours of content in the game. And I played it for about 20 hours. And I would say I have played about 95% of all content there is in the game. I mean, there's just 2 dungeons, and there's a few open area, not open world areas, but there's like, oh yeah, you have a repeatable quest in here if you want to get some more experience, if you're falling behind or whatever, so you can catch up with your friends or whatever. So it's kind of insane what its developer have done. And just 1 week after release, the developer also sold the corrupted character data, which a lot of people were clamoring about. Like, no, my character got corrupted, which took 8 hours to get here. I'm so mad. Like, yeah, that's about 8 hours of content. You can probably just replay that part. But yeah, that is fixed. 1 week. And now the developer is working on adding cloud save support as well.
Oh, good.
I'm very impressed what this solo developer is doing. I mean, they've done the music, they've done all artwork. It's insane. I'm kind of shocked to see this, and I am a little bit afraid for the developer Kissif on Twitter that they will absolutely burn themselves out with the rate they're pushing out patches. And some players have also complained about that in some of the negative Steam reviews. I can't just release so many patches. I need to re-download for 20 minutes every time I get home from work. Like, that's a problem that the developer is caring for his own game or their own game. That's a problem.
People are complaining that they're patching it.
Yeah, It's kind of interesting.
You know, just fuck gamers.
Yeah.
They're mostly terrible people. You're not patching it enough. You're patching it too much. What the fuck do you want? What do you want? Just
Gamers.
Oh yeah, gamers. So yeah, this I've been playing quite a bit lately, and yeah, I'm very impressed. And it's gonna be very hard to. Well, I'm trying right now to recommend it to people, but yeah, I would absolutely recommend this, and it's pretty damn cheap. Not that the embedded link says $32. It's very weird, but yeah, it's pretty damn solid, and yeah.
It's showing
Check it
$10. I'm on the Steam page and it's showing $10 for me.
What else I've been playing though? I have been checking out. That is so freaking annoying. It's an hour for a game. It's the web phishing. It's not much to talk about. It's much more.
What is it?
Just hold on. Hang on, I'm getting a link.
I like a good fishing game.
It's just fishing.
My favorite so far is intergalactic fishing.
So basically, in this game, you have you can set up a offline room or whatever session, so you can play completely solo. Otherwise, you can play it with friends and draw with chalk and stuff as well. There's some progression where you can upgrade your rod so you can get better fish or whatever. It's kind of relaxing. I'd say this is a perfect podcast game or whatever. You can play this and listen to something in the background.
Okay.
So yeah. Yes, it is actually.
God damn it, Thorsten. God, yes, it is.
You can also play as a dog.
It is cat fishing, but it is also dog fishing, but it is cat fishing.
But yeah, it's kind of relaxing, and it also has a low poly aesthetic. So yeah, first and low poly, I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, I was talking about Pseudo Regalia not too long ago, and that's also low poly. So I don't know. So, but yeah, I guess that's mostly. I mean, I have been playing Vampire Hunters as well a little bit, but I'm a little bit torn on that game. I gotta say. I guess I can send a link for that one as well. I have some issue with one of the bosses that are spawning in between rounds. So there is this slime enemy that slimes the arena, and if you stand in it, you get very slow. You can't even jump. And guess what? You can't get rid of this slime. It's gotta stick until the round is over or you die. So yeah, it's very annoying, that enemy. I've seen some people complaining about it. Now there is one upgrade, and here's the thing with all these roguelike and roguelite action games and stuff. RNG. There's one upgrade that can negate that effect. So yeah, if you find it, good for you.
Oh, I own this one. How do I own this one?
But it's pretty cool because it allows the players to have multiple different crazy weapon builds.
Yeah, apparently up to 14 guns at the same time.
Yes. Like, if you give me a game that allows me to have 14 miniguns at once, I'll take it.
We have to try this.
That is almost enough DACA.
Yes.
Not quite there, but we're getting there.
That's quite a bit of it, though. All right. Well, is that it? Is it time to wrap up? It's late for you guys.
I'll take a look here. I think I have wrapped it up. Well, there was this release for PicoCat on Steam as well, and I really wanted to stream its launch day, but yeah, I had some real life issues coming in the way. So when I was streaming it on Twitch, I didn't manage to get more than pretty much 1 hour of streaming into it because I was so freaking tired when I finally got started. But it's a very nice modeling software. If you are interested in 3D modeling, it's super easy to get into, and there's some cool stuff you can make with it.
This is one of those Pico 8 things, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, folks, if you haven't heard of Pico 8, my God, it's such an amazing thing. You should go check it out. Like, not only do we have full CAD programs, but like there are like full-blown flight simulators on there. Just crazy stuff. It's someone made a No Man's Sky type of game on there. Because there's so much crazy stuff in the Pico 8 community. definitely worth checking out. I didn't know Pico Cat had hit Steam. I have no artistic ability whatsoever, so this is certainly not for me. But yeah, this looks like I've seen some of the stuff you've made with it, and it's really cool.
It's really fun. I guess I could probably send something, I suppose. Hold on.
It's only $6. Pico Vectrex? Oh my god.
Now I know that only people on Discord will see this one, but yeah, I talked about Tsurugali before. I made this thing before, so yeah, it's probably going to be visible for those here on Discord. Though, so yeah,
Oh,
Peculiar.
that is. I love how it's in a box.
oh, yeah.
It's like
Oh,
a
nice.
like action figure box.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's an action figure.
That is supremely neat.
Yeah. That's something.
So that is one of the many things you can make in PicoCAD. Very nice program. Check it out. Also, developer reposted this on Twitter, which kind of shocked me.
Oh, that's amazing, dude. Yeah, this is really nice. This is like something I'd see at Toys R Us back in the day. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us, folks. We're back to our normal schedule tomorrow, so we're going to have some more Euro Truck Sim 2, which is awesome. We haven't played that in a while. And next week, we're going to do a 2024 wrap-up show. We're going to talk about, some of our favorite games and some other things. 2024, as we said earlier, was a very odd year. So hopefully it will be a fun podcast. But thank you for listening, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out in the chat. Great seeing everybody. Take care of each other. Oh my God, I can't talk. I ate lunch so badly. Please get vaccinated if you can. If you haven't already, what are you doing? There's still a pandemic going on. I know they don't talk about it as much, but there's still a pandemic going on. Please get vaccinated. Please wear your masks. Masks aren't good just for the pandemic. I haven't had a cold in like 3 years because I wear masks everywhere. Masks are great. Thank you as always to our patrons who literally help pay for things like Restream, which is expensive. And do not forget to wear your helmet. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.